I built a channel with over 2 million subscribers and I did it from my bedroom. Here's proof. It's proof enough. Now I'm going to hit you with the raw truth, and this is where most people go wrong. When most people start out on social media, they think people are just going to care. And that couldn't be further from the truth. I'm going to give you a big, harsh truth. No one really gives a flying F until they do. You see, when most people start a YouTube channel, what they'll do is they'll share random stories, vlog random moments, show their dog, or do XYZ random things like, here, look at my milk. And do you guys like my milk? Well, guess what? No one likes your milk because they're not interested, okay? Maybe if you build 1 million subscriber plus or whatever, and then you're vlogging or whatever, maybe people care about your milk. But in the beginning, when you have zero, nilch, no one cares about your milk. No one cares about your dog. No one cares about whatever. They just care about what you're offering. What are you going to provide them? What are you going to give them that is going to stop them from hitting swipe away from the video or clicking next? So the truth is, people do not open up YouTube for you. They open it up for themselves. And that is great. Because when you open up YouTube or Instagram or TikTok, you don't do so because, you know, Stacy from down the road who's posting content, it's not for her. It's for yourself. Every person that is going on social media, do not disrespect their time. Make sure that you're being efficient, practical, and offering them something of great value. Which gets me on the content, right? So when you realize and you come at that with the understanding that when you post something online, it's not for you, it's for the viewer. What are they gaining from it? There's going to be two things that a video can ultimately accomplish. It's either going to move them emotionally or it's going to provide them with some sort of value. And that usually comes in the form of information. So you're either teaching or you're entertaining or you're moving someone emotionally, whether it's going to be sadness, happiness, inspiration, motivation, anger, stoking a fire up someone's ass, which is what I'm trying to do with you guys right now, right? I'm not exactly going to give you the nitty gritties, right? I'm going to give you them in a little bit, but for the most part, the reason people don't act on something is because they just don't get up and do it, right? That is literally it in a nutshell. They're not doing it for long enough, because if you did something for a year, just 1 year, you could be in a completely different space. It's amazing what can change with 1 year of persistent, consistent effort. So in order to get anywhere online on social media, it's going to require a lot of perseverance and it's going to require a lot of willpower. It's going to require you to work long hours for a long period of time with usually no result between A and B. You really only get a result when you're at X or Y or Z or whatever, right? You're down the road, you'll see some fruits of your labor, but in the beginning, it's going to be all about willpower. It's going to be all about your mental. And that is what I'm trying to achieve with these first 2 steps. It's not about, oh, what camera am I going to use? Who cares, man? Who gives a stuff? What camera are you going to use? Get your phone and use your phone. It really doesn't matter. What matters is getting the reps in. Because the reality is when you start, you're just simply not going to be good. When I first made a piece of video, a piece of content, it was shit. It was terrible. I filmed it on like I didn't even buy it. I got it from like a garage sale. It was like $100 camera originally, and it was probably like even less than that. I probably paid like $10 for it. And I filmed some shit and it sucked. You posted it and no one watched it. That's usually how it goes. That's literally how it goes. You can make a channel right now and you could post 100 pieces of content and still be getting like 50 views a video. And I won't hold that against you. Maybe you're just in the wrong field. Maybe you're in the wrong game. Maybe you're not thinking about it properly. You know, in a sense, a broken clock is right twice a day. Even if your content isn't smashing it, if you're making improvements down the line, you might be able to achieve some success somewhere else in the social media game. So the truth of the matter is you need to be getting some reps in, right? You don't build big biceps, build big biceps. You don't build big biceps by not doing some curls, right? So I don't understand why people don't realize this, that you're not going to get better at video editing or video creation or video curation or concepts or titles or hooks or thumbnails or anything else that goes into it unless you do it. If you've been to a gym or you've gone running, realize that the whole point of that is so you can get better. You don't go running because you don't want to make some sort of improvements physically, mentally, or with your run times, or you don't go to the gym and lift bicep curls hoping that your biceps don't grow. It's the same concept. If you don't want your biceps to grow, stay home, okay? If you do want to get better at content, film. If you don't. From there, it's about frequency. You can achieve so much by quantity. There's a quote, I can't remember it for the life of me. I could find it. My dog's going crazy on a fly. But you could find it. I should probably find it. Quantity can make up for a lot of where quality lacks. Increasing the quantity of the things that you're doing by nature means that your quality, well, hopefully it will improve, but by nature, you're increasing the chances of getting something right. When I throw a dart at a dartboard, I'm probably going to miss. I suck. But if I throw 100 darts, I'm probably going to hit the bullseye at one stage, surely, 1 in 100. Same concept. So here's where frequency comes into it. If you're on Instagram and TikTok specifically, or you're really, you're young and you think this is the game I want to get into, well, guess what? You're going to have to be posting every single day. This flies driving me nuts. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. That might sound like a really, really big stretch to you right now, but it's incredibly doable. We're talking a minute video that has like not great editing. Go on TikTok, scroll through, tell me where you would rank the quality and standard of the editing or whatever. Look like it was filmed on an iPhone, because it probably was. Does it look like it required a whole bunch of time to curate and figure out and cut up and edit? Probably didn't. Probably took, maybe 3-4 hours max. Depends on the video, but you've got to start thinking like, if you want to really pursue and persevere in these things, it's going to take a long time to create a certain piece of content. And eventually, as you go along, you're going to get better at it and you're going to get quicker and you're going to get more prompt. And as you go along, quantity allows you to also see what is working. If you throw, something at a wall, eventually it's going to stick, right? And you got to realize what sticks, and when it sticks, double down on it, okay? It's so funny, actually. I've seen this pop up now on Instagram. A lot of people are advising people to start reposting content. And I think that's phenomenal, right? You've done all the hard work. Why wouldn't you try and reap the rewards multiple times if you can? I don't mean like just post it every single day, hoping for the same result. I'm saying if you posted a piece of content and it got 1 million views last, 6 months ago, post it again, because the chances are most of your followers didn't even see it in the first place, because that's not how content works nowadays. It works on getting out to reach to new people rather than your current subscriber or follower base. So when you post it again, no one's going to be like, oh, bro, I saw this like 6 months ago. And even if they did, here's the concept. You remember when we were young and they would just run reruns of The Simpsons and all this shit, all these cartoons that we used to watch? And I'd watch it. It was a rerun. I'd be like, I've seen this one, but I'll still watch it. Same concept. It's a rerun, bro. And people forget, like, if you go on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube Shorts or whatever, do you really remember the content that you've seen? No, it's just you either are watching it or you're not. The memory bank is gone. Here's another concept. So really the official bottleneck is not effort, even though I've alluded to the whole important thing is getting off your ass and doing some stuff. It's the effort and the willpower. The real truth of the matter is the ideas and the concepts. And when you first begin, you're probably going to be pretty bad at it. There's a concept in art. It is effectively, I don't remember who quoted it, but it is bad artists copy, great artists steal. In another term, you could say that if I've seen further, it is because I stood on the shoulders of giants. Do not try and reinvent the wheel. Look at your niche or your certain genre, see what's working, take some notes. Is this video something that I could recreate and repurpose or do better or adapt in some way? And this isn't reinvention, it is innovation. That is literally ipso facto. Like, if you look around, nothing is really new, brand new. No one really creates new, catastrophically amazing ideas. And the perfect case study is literally Mr. Beast. Because if you go on his channel, challenges, challenge this, prize money, all this shit. This existed for fucking decades. It existed for 40 plus years, 50 years. Biggest Loser, all this stuff. Look at the parallels between those two. Whoa, dramatic zooms and explosions and yelling and all this stuff and games and side stories and all this stuff. It's literally existed for 40 years. He's actually like then the first person on YouTube to realize that, okay, people actually just like that shit. Like, people didn't just watch that on TV. They'll probably watch that on YouTube. There's like 10 other people from my original YouTube channel that you could probably see are doing very, very similar things. There's a lot of pie out there, is effectively what I'm trying to say. Just because your content similarly resonates with another's doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad thing. It's actually okay. You can have your own niche, and the separator can literally be your personality. I'm not here talking to you like a robot off a perfectly written script. I'm using my cadence, my certain tonality. I'm using my certain vocabulary. I'm not trying to be somebody else. And that is effectively the case. The nuance is yourself. So when you do something, do not be afraid for it to be pretty similar or innovated in some way. Don't just directly copy. Figure out a way to make it a little bit different. Now, titles and thumbnails are a little bit different, but this all comes down to trial and error. The one thing I would advise is when you are doing a thumbnail or a title, just make it as simple as humanly possible. And another one in the terms of don't copy, steal, look into the video that you're doing. Are you making a video that's already out there and has done well? Well, look at the titles and the thumbnails and see why that might have been the case. And then maybe think about how can you do it your way. That is a great way to go about doing it. But simple is usually better. Fewer words, fewer things on the thumbnails. The good rule of thumb is no more than 2 really eye-catching things, 3 maximum. That means if there's a face, you don't want 15 different faces for no perfectly purposed reason. Like if they're in the background, okay, that's a group of faces, that's one thing. Then the foreground being one face, then maybe a text, 3 things, that is completely maximal. You got to think people have half a second to visually see your thumbnail title, capture their attention, and then make a decision. That is literally as long as you have. So the next thing is to start with what you have right now where you are. And if all that is an iPhone or a Samsung Galaxy or whatever it might be, or a $200 camera that you picked up on Facebook Marketplace, it does not matter. Start right now with what you have and get going, because the reps is what counts, and getting the ball rolling, eventually it will start to snowball.